Hey girl, welcome to Brandy's Backyard. Today we're going to talk about cornbread. I know, can you imagine that? We live in Indiana and we want to talk about corn? Crazy, huh? Well, I do have to tell you a little secret about our cornbread. We like our cornbread sweet. Oh, I said it, I know. I feel like I need to apologize to my family in Kentucky. They do not add sugar to their cornbread the way we do. But I promise you, if you give it a try, you're gonna love it. So let me gather up my supplies and we'll meet back here and we're gonna cook us some cornbread. Hey girl, welcome back. Let's get started on this tasty cornbread. So how I begin this recipe is I take an iron skillet and I grease it with bacon grease. And let me tell you a little secret about bacon grease. We call it liquid gold in my house because it is delicious. And you know, bacon is so expensive. Why not save every part of the bacon that you can? All right, so what we'll do is we'll take a dollop of bacon grease. We're just gonna drop it here in the pan. I'm gonna take a paper towel and I'm gonna smear it around in the pan. And I just wanna make sure that every single part of the pan gets greased. And what we'll do is we will preheat this oven to 475. While the oven is preheating, we will actually place the iron skillet into the oven and let it heat up with it. So then when we pour our cornbread mixture in it, it forms a very crispy, tasty cornbread. All right, so let's get this oven to 475. It's just taking a second to get there. You gotta keep pushing this button. All right, and here we go. We're at 475. Now I'm gonna just take my pan, my greased pan, and place it in the oven and let it preheat. So while the pan is in the oven heating up, we'll go ahead and make the batter. So what we'll start with is 2 cups of self-rising cornmeal. If you do not have 2 cups of self-rising cornmeal and you just have regular cornmeal, that is fine. What you will do is add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking soda to create a self-rising cornmeal. Then what you'll need is a 1/2 cup of sugar. This is what makes it our Indiana cornbread, is this lovely sugar. You will take 1 egg, 1 1/2 cups of milk, and I have some extra cornmeal here, and what we'll do with that is when I actually pull that hot pan out of the oven, I will sprinkle some of this on the bottom to make it nice, and it'll form like a crust to make it good and crunchy. So while my pan is preheating in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and combine my other ingredients and mix them together. As you noticed, I had an egg in this recipe. I am fortunate enough to have my own chickens in my backyard. But I will tell you, when you are cracking an egg into a recipe, you should always do it in a separate bowl so you don't add a bad egg to all of your ingredients. That's just a little tip I wanted to throw at you. But when I make cornbread, it makes me think about my mom. When I was younger, my mom used to make soup, beans, and cornbread. And let me tell you, I freaking hated it. But as an adult, I have grown to love it and appreciate it. So once all of this is combined and the pan is preheated, we will pour this mixture into it and get this party started. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of this extra cornmeal that I had set aside and I'm just gonna sprinkle it in the pan. And I don't know if you can see this, but it is a sizzling, and that's what's gonna cause that crust on the cornbread. Now I'm gonna take the cornbread mixture and pour it into the hot pan. Ooh, and you hear that? It's sizzling. So now I'm gonna put this back in the oven, and it's gonna be in the oven for 20 minutes. And once I pull it out, I will show you this deliciousness, and I'm sure you can't wait to try it because I sure can't. So it's been 20 minutes and I removed this from the oven. And you should smell my kitchen. It smells amazing. Look at this little golden nugget of happiness. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to wrap my lips around this. I'm going to add a little bit of butter and let it marinate for a little bit, and then I'm going to cut it and I'm going to let you all know how it tastes. I cannot wait. Okay, you all, let's cut this and see what it tastes like. I can't wait to try it. So, oh my goodness, it just like crunched. I cannot wait to try this golden loveliness. You know, the first piece always comes out so rough, but that's okay because you know what? We're just going to eat it, right? Oh, look at that. The bottom of it is so crispy. Oh my goodness. I lost part of my bottom. Oh, look at that. I'm just going to put a little pat of butter on top. Did you like how I said little? So look at that. That is so delicious looking. All right, it's time for the taste test, and I have to be honest with you, I'm pretty stoked about it. Now, when I was plating this, I may have stole a little crunchy off the bottom. So, here we go. I'm going to smear my butter in. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's warm, it's delicious. Oh, I can't wait. It is so good. You know, it's not overly sweet. It has enough sweetness to bring the corn taste out in it. So I think you'll like it even if you don't like sweet cornbread. Now, if you like super sweet cornbread, then I would suggest possibly adding some honey to the top. I think that would make it really good. It would make it more dessert-like. So if you like this recipe, make sure you subscribe, comment, and like this video. And I will see you next time. Hey girl, it's Brandy's backyard.